with 2024 coming to an end very soon in like 2 days, I thought about making a video to look back on this year and stick around to the end because a fellow YouTuber guest will be joining us today. So, like any year, let us start with January. January saw the release of 9 sets, ranging from our typical terrible gimmick set line to a new mech line introducing a new scale of mechs, to our very first Master Dragon, to a decent 4+ set, to of course a battle pack. This wave was packed, and with it came a series of 3 Ninjago shorts called the Elemental Mech shorts. These shorts were pretty cool. They were high-key kind of a fresh start for 2024, and though not revolutionary, these did give us the return of the mechanic, and returns will be a major part of 2024, especially by the back half of it. The Elemental Mech lineup here was great as well. Cole, Zoro and Kai all had their own distinct styles, and together as a collection they looked exceptional. Eagle, the Master Dragon, was our return to overpriced dragons. Like Heatwave. The J-Mech Battle Pack was genuinely a great set. And while the 4+ and gimmick sets didn't fare so well, the 4+ set was fine. The gimmicks though were probably the worst ones we'd ever seen. The first part of the year brought down by the gimmicks and the Elemental Mech shorts not being the best things in the world, and Eagle the Dragon being overpriced, get a solid 7 out of 10 from me. Though next up came the March wave. This wave included 7 sets, going from some great price sets like Young Dragon and Lloyd's Elemental Power Mech to overpriced sets like the 4+ Source Dragon and Aaron's Ninja Car. I'm not saying the whole name. To an innovative mech in Kai's Climber Mech, to 2 $120 sets, targeting polar opposite demographics. The Dragonstone Shrine, which was more display oriented, and the Shadow Dojo, which was more play oriented. This wave came with the Climber suits, almost each one exclusive to one set, until the magazine showed up. But as always, the March was followed immediately by April's release of Ninjago Dragons Rising Season 2 Part 1, and this was interesting. We of course had a return to Chima, a return to the Elemental Master of Smoke, honor the Elemental Master of Smoke, the Element of Smoke, because we have a new Elemental Master of Smoke. The entire plot revolved around the ritual to return the Forbidden 5 back from nether space. There were good things here. I loved the Golden One too, and I liked what they did with Bonzil as well, and the whole Blood Moon aesthetic was great. But there were also issues here, like I didn't think there was enough content here to justify 10 episodes. The story could have easily been fit into 6 or 7. Those side plots like the Dowama fight and the administration fight carried the season down, taking up so much screen time. The second part of the year gets a 7 out of 10 from me, just because of the season being a little bit low on the list, and of course Aaron's Ninja for Buggy Car and the 4+ set again. It was a pretty great build-wise wave, and it was a decent season. I'm saying it was kind of bad, it really wasn't. I still liked it quite a good bit. Not the best, but not the worst either. And finally, our third part of the year, the June wave and release of Dragons Rising Season 2 Part 2. To me, the entire motif of this part was the era of the return of things. We of course had the return of 2 Elemental Masters, Tox and Mr. Pale in the sets, as well as some like Nura and Camille in the show. We then had the return of D2C sets that were not Ninjago City based, with the Tournament Temple City. We of course had the return of the Tournament of Elements style of season, with the suit line also being reminiscent of that seen in Season 4. Then we had the return of Titan Mechs, of course, with the best and biggest Ninjago mech of all time, Cold Stand Dragon Mech. We also had the return of the Ultrasonic Raiders with the Ninja Team combo vehicle. We had the return of Jay, as in ninjas finally saw him in Season 2 Part 2, and of course the return of Kai from outer space as well. But most importantly of all, we had the return of Ninjago seasons being aired months before they were supposed to. I mean, the entire season was put up on Peacock hours after the first teaser was just revealed. Insanity pursued. We had the return of Lego spoiling things as it released the entire Jay vs Neophyte online. And of course, we also had the return of June's heads getting delayed to August for those living in the US. What could have gone wrong? All went wrong. And what did the show have to answer for it? Not much. It was kind of mid. The pacing was all over the place, but it had a starting point and ending point, so whoop to do. But before coming to my conclusion for this year though, let us hear it out from none other than DoubleUBricks, who was kind enough to share some of his own thoughts for the channel here, and is the first guest YouTuber to have been featured on the Bricks channel. So here's what he had to say about 2024 as a whole. 2024 really seems to be the beginning of the end of Ninjago. Not only did the TV quality decline, but the Lego set quality fell off a cliff. While the TV show has had great moments with characters like Kai, Ni and Sora, characters like Lloyd have fallen apart. I will say that Season 2 Part 2 of Dragons Rising was a massive step in the right direction. The pacing seemed to finally be back on track for an actual TV show. When it comes to the sets, I don't even know where to begin. The sticker and print quality is down, minifigure quality is down, reused minifigures are mind-blowing. Overpriced sets are everywhere. Lack of creativity is overwhelming. It no longer feels like the theme so many of us fell in love with. Ninjago is doomed and it's only a matter of time till it dies. Once again, a big thanks to DoubleUBricks for contributing to this video. He's a great guy. You can check out his channel through a pinned comment or the description of this video. Especially for the OG guys out there, this guy is the OG Ninjago YouTuber you want to watch. So, while I will agree that felt a little bit harsh, I think he was on the right track with most of the complaints. The creativity behind Lego has gone down. The reason I said that the motif of this year was returns was because we had run out of anything creative or original. Dragons, make them bigger. Mechs, make them bigger. Only a handful of sets like Kai's Climber Mech or Eagle the Massive Dragon have felt too original this time around. That's a huge flaw in the entire system. Sets have also become quite overpriced, like the combo vehicle, Eagle, Aaron's Buggy. The season itself as well wasn't as good as the first season in my opinion, or some of the original Ninjago seasons either. So yeah, I think I agree with him for most of this, though I do feel like some characters like Lloyd are doing fine, and that the minifigure quality is doing good too. But once again, I still look forward to what 2025 can bring us. What are you guys' thoughts? Like, subscribe, and I wish you guys a happy new year.